there, it's Dr. Cammisa. Welcome back to our video series. And as you can see, we have two bikes here today, two REV bikes. This has still been one of the most amazing things we've had in clinic. So if you're new to our series, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. So today what I want to do is go over some of why we use this and why dynamic vibration is so powerful. So stay tuned. I got lots to share today. So now what I want to do is I want to cover some of the benefits. You know, I've been using whole body vibration for quite a while now, but I really want to just revisit that quickly. And so when we think about vibration, the benefits of vibration, how it works, why it works, right? So now we're thinking about why does dynamic vibration have such an impact on patients? So I'm going to show you a little chart now that just explains some of the benefits of why dynamic vibration works. As you can see by the chart here, why dynamic vibration works. Let's remember there's a reflex that takes place. I've done other videos explaining this, but the number one thing it does do is it decreases pain signals. That's why patients come into you. It decreases pain signals. It switches on more muscle fibers and more motor units. So we're recruiting more of the muscles that are supposed to be activated during this motion to really be activated. It improves the muscular coordination, meaning that you have, when the brain sends a signal down to the lower limbs to push those pedals, we are trying to get those muscles, whether it's in the quad or the hamstring or the calf muscle, we're trying to get those muscles to actually work together as a team instead of fighting one another. We have improved fast twitch activation. This is one of the beautiful benefits of vibration in general, because otherwise you have to do challenging movements outside of vibration in order to get that work. So that's a really big thing. Helps with balance and fall prevention. Also improve neuromuscular communication, and the last one, muscle rates and synchronization. So what happens when the brain sends a signal down to the lower limb to fire the quads and the muscle in that motion of being on the bike? If there's been an injury in that lumbar spine or somewhere along that pathway, those muscles are unsynchronized. It's kind of like a band warming up that the conductor hasn't all brought them in the cue yet. And so the vibration starts to resynchronize, improve how the muscles are firing, improves more muscles to fire, coordinates that muscle firing, and it's just a beautiful thing. So this is why dynamic vibration works. Now that you've seen why it works on vibration, now let's look at the patient benefits. Because really, it doesn't matter about us, right? It's all about the patient. That's why they come to you in the first place. They're looking for solutions, and we've got one dynamic, vibrating solution right here in the bike. So let's look at what happens to the patient benefits with dynamic vibration. Benefits of dynamic vibration. Well, if we look at it from the patient perspective, we're affecting really four different systems in the human body. The vascular system, the connective tissue, the hormonal system, and the neuromuscular system. But the bottom line is what the patients are going to see, and obviously I have it here 3 times in a row: decrease pain, decrease pain, decrease pain. Because that's why they're in our office. That's why they called you. That's what they're looking for. That's the only solution they're really initially coming to you for, is to decrease pain. The vibration increases the strength and the power. It improves the movement and mobility. It improves the regeneration and recovery of the tissue. And one of the big benefits that I just explained, but it's the nerve and muscle coordination whether it's the resynchronization, more motor units are firing. You know, patients come to you because they're looking for a resolution of their problem. And there's nothing better for a lower limb than dynamic vibration. One of the things that I did do is I did record the frequency with a strobe light on the plate at 70 RPMs just to see what kind of frequency the bike was generating from a vibrational perspective. All right, so now I want to cover some of the science of the REV bike, but before I do that, I just want to show you, here's some of the latest research out of the UK on what they have tested on this bike, from VO2 max to how much muscle activation is improved. And in fact, I'm going to read it just here, is that from the greatest amount is quadriceps and hamstrings at just around 160, 150% increase in activation from the vibration. The glutes are about 140%. So there's quite a bit more activation with the vibration than there is with a regular bike. You can see that this REV bike is a game changer. And we continue to push the envelope. We continue to educate patients. We continue to, to find out what else is out there, because our goal is to empower you to live your best day every day. And I love to use science and technology to improve the human structure so that we can do that. We can do that at an accelerated rate. And there's nothing more accelerating than acceleration training, which is dynamic vibration. So until next time, you have yourself a very blessed day.